Going to be going through one of the softwares that has to do with the laboratory. As you may know, not many schools in our country, Liberia, have have a very equipped laboratory, especially the science lab. So I think Domino's Group of Company has brought a solution to your problem. Well, let me just go through one of the softwares that has to do with the chemistry aspect, and I'm going to drill you through few experiments, and you will also see that we can link those experiments to questions that are drawn by WAEC, and we help our students to be able to provide or require answers that are needed by the West African Examination Council. The program works in two ways. We have our multi-bowl and we also have the software. So the software is where you demonstrate the experiment and you want to write or maybe copy or complete a table. You get to the multi-bowl and you can have the student participating. So I'm going to launch the multi-bowl. Here is the multi-bowl. So we'll double click. So as you can see, anything you write, it appears. You want to change the color of the writing. You want to have something erased, perhaps that is not what you want. Then we can also, let's go to our software. So here's the software. We have a series of items that you may need. We have the reaction vessel, the test tube, beaker, and the rest of those glasswares that you may need. And then we also have our assisting equipments, the dropper, or perhaps we call it the pipette. And then we have the asbestos gauge that is used for uniform heating of materials. We have matches, iron stand, ring clamp, and you name the rest. We have solid chemicals, we have liquid chemicals, and gaseous chemicals. So you can pick anyone that is suitable for your experimentation. So we are going to run a test. Let's say we have a question from the national exam, which is WAEC. Let's say we have a question that says this. It's always in a chat form, basically to copy and complete the table. So it's always divided like this, as you can see. It's divided this way. And the first area we have the test. Then we have the observation. And we have inference. So these are the three things that you will always encounter when it comes to the national exam. So now we have this test. We have two samples, sample A and sample B. And the test here for A says A plus heat. That means substance or sample A was strongly heated. And let's say our observation here is empty. That is, WAS expects that you complete the observation. You should write what took place when substance A or sample A was heated. So in our inference, WAS or WAEC tells you that iodine is present. Iodine is present. So they are asking you to tell what was the observation since iodine was present. or is present. So as you may know, you must already have an idea on the question being asked. If you do not have any prior knowledge to what happens when iodine is present in a sample and that sample is heated, then obviously you cannot answer this question. But we all know whenever iodine is present or iodine ion is present in a material or in a sample, if that sample is strongly heated, at the end of the day, a violet vapor will be released. A gas that has a violet color or purple color will be released. And then the solid sample, which is A, will change color. It becomes black. And after some time, it will disappear. So that is your observation. But this is Dunux. We do not just explain what happens and read about answers. So we want to drill you now to the experimentation of this test so we can validate it and then we can confirm that indeed this is our answer. So let's move to Dunux. Let's go to the software. Here is it. So you should already know the materials that you will be needing for your experiment. You are going to need a test tube. You're going to be needing a test tube. So like I told you, you want a test tube. So you got to go to the reaction vessel. So you have a large test tube and then it comes. You also be needing an ion stand with a clamp. So we come to assisting equipment. You always see got ion stand with ring, ion stand with clamp. So we need ion stand with clamp. It appears on the bowl. We will be heating, so obviously we will need a burner. So we'll be using our alcohol burner. So alcohol burner is here. And this alcohol burner will need a place to sit so that it can relax for proper heating. So we'll be needing something like a lap jack, something to provide sitting. So let's locate the lap jack. As you can see, the equipments are many, so while screwing, that will carry most of your time. So you can simply just search for the kind of equipment that you need. So we just go back to where we came. The keyboard has appeared. So I just place maybe let's just say jack and see what happens there. Okay, let's get back. J. Okay, I think you can. It's already appeared. So we have the lap jack. Click on the lap jack. It has appeared. Drag it to the position you need it. You can adjust, as you can see, and then you set the alcohol burner there. Set. Then do not forget you will be needing a sample. So we are going to take iodine, solid iodine. So that is a solid chemical. So we get to where we have solid chemicals. So you see they appear, and then we don't want to waste our time screwing to look for iodine. We can simply just do what we just did to get our lab jack. So we'll get back to our search menu, and then we just place in R O, it appears. So this is iodine. We click on iodine, it appears. You know very well we are now going to use our hand to place iodine into the test tube. So we're going to be needing a spoon, or better still a spatula. So we are going to locate that. That is not a solid material. It is an assisting equipment. So we get back to the assisting equipment. You can see we have the lap spoon. So we click the lap spoon. Here is it, the lap spoon. So we're using the lap spoon to take pallets of this iodine, place into the test tube, and then flow. So let's set up our this. Let's take this. Okay, this is 7 gram. You can, if you need more than 7 gram, you can just get to, you see right on top of the spoon you have negative and positive, R subtract. So you want to add more of the iodine into this test tube, you just click on the plus sign and the quantity tends to increase. So we get up to, let's use 15 grams of iodine. But mind you, we'll get back to the multi-bowl and I will bring something back to your memory. Let's just go 20 grams and see if something. Let's go 20 grams, so let's reduce. Okay, here is it. So you see again 6 grams, 5 grams. So remember we took 15 grams first, so only 5 grams to go to 20 grams. So we place it into the test tube. Fine. That has been done. Let's close whatever we open in the lab. Whatever reagents or chemical you open, make sure you close them. So we drag these atoms around the side. Now we need to set up this test tube into this clamp. So we are going to, let's remove this guy. Take this test tube and place it into this clamp. I think you hear that sound, right? Okay, so we also need to incline, because the position of the burner, if we are to light this burner, the flame will not be in direct contact with the sample. So we need to incline the test tube in a direction that it will be in direct contact with the burner. And mind you, you do not turn the test tube towards you, because you must sniff in chemicals that are harmful to your health. Some of them might burn your face, some of them might cause some respiratory problems. So thank God this is a software. Let's incline this fellow this way. As you may see, you can change the position of the test tube, drag it below and whatever. So as you can see, the test tube, the sample in the test tube is directly above the burner. So that means if we are to light this burner with a spark or a match, at the end of the day, the flame is going to be in direct contact with iodine. But we want to get back. We are going to heat this fellow and you will be the judge. We take our match or the matches and remove the cap from the burner, and we let the match. All right, so watch it. I think you see something of violet color, purple color, and the sample in here has turned black, and after some time it disappeared. Do you see that? So this means, since our question has already told us that iodine is present. Iodine ion is present. SENT. Iodine is present. So that means our observation will be a violet vapor, a compound, a black deposit of iodine, a compound by a violet vapor, and the disappearance of the black deposit over time. So you could just write here black deposit, because you could see a black like substance that left in the test tube. So black deposit of iodine, compound or maybe you could just say, oh, violet vapor. The observation could just be violet vapor. VR O-L-E-T. Was or evolve. No need to put was. Violet vapor evolve. So here was A plus heat. So I think you have gotten your answer. And the experiment that we just did shows you what just occurred. You still see the violet vapor, the violet color stay in our test tube. I mean, expand it so you can properly see, so you can still see a violet color or purple color. So that is not all. I think we said two samples, sample A and sample B. So we are done with our test. Mind you, I know you may be thinking whether this guy who is doing or demonstrating the laboratory experimentations, where is he from? Perhaps he's in different country doing this and want to show what he's learning out there. No, 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 you get it wrong. I am nowhere else on planet Earth but right in Liberia, JJY community, and I am in the laboratory of one of the best institutions in Liberia, which happens to be the Sekou Ibrahim Sharif High School, or SRS. You know our record when it comes to WAEC. And we have other schools that are also using this software. Sadly, most of our schools do not want to spend for quality thing. I'm not saying this to, degrade anybody, but Sekou Asheri High School and that of the Seventh-day Adventist High School SDA, just opposite one another. They are the only two schools so far that are using this program, this software. We still got room, enough room to hold all of the schools in Liberia. In fact, times 3 of the schools in Liberia, we can provide these equipments for you at a very affordable price.